Honourable Francine Baron, Minister for Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs, Ms. Corinne Privot, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs, Mr. Rondy McIntosh, Cultural Ambassador of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, members of the media, a pleasant good morning to all. The impact of Tropical Storm Erika on Dominica in many ways astounded most of us. In the region and further afield, the government of people of Dominica have seen an outpouring of support and sympathy in its aftermath. To date, the government of Dominica has focused on recovery and rehabilitation, in the first instance dealing with the human loss, restoring access, and general cleanup. There have also been programs to give support to affected people and businesses. Most of these activities have been supported by the donations from friendly governments, multilateral institutions, and friends of the government and people of Dominica. There is a lot more work to be done, and much more resources are required. And so today's ceremony is an important and significant one. It is evidence of the good relationship and friendship among the Caribbean countries, and in this specific case, between the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the government and people of Dominica. It gives me pleasure, therefore, to welcome all of you to this simple but significant ceremony. At this time, I invite Mr. Rondy McIntosh, Cultural Ambassador of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to deliver some remarks.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. Protocol must be established. Minister Baron, Honourable Baron, Minister of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs, the printed electronic media. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Rondy McIntosh, better known as Luta, L-U-T-A, and I am a Cultural Ambassador of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This morning, I am here representing the people and the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I can clearly remember in August of 2015, I was somewhere in tow in Haiti, and social media started blowing up. So I was wondering what was going on with Dominica. So being a person who passed through Dominica several times, I started calling people and asking what is going on. And when the pictures started coming in, I realized the magnitude of what was happening. At that point, I could have related to it because in 2013, we had our own incident in St. Vincent. Now, we are not a rich country by any stretch of the imagination, but we are a good Caribbean neighbor. And I believe that throughout the region, we must all stand with each other. Sometimes the politicians don't unite us as much as they really should. But we, as Caribbean people, must always strive to reach out to our neighbors in whatsoever little way we can. Immediately, our government sent nurses, doctors, engineers, and other professionals to Dominica so that they can help in whatever little way. And when I returned home, I was approached by the now Honourable Camillo Gonsalves to put on a concert in aid of supporting Dominica. Now, that concert turned out to be one of the biggest concerts we ever had in St. Vincent. And that's the kind of outpouring he had of support for our sister country, Dominica. We had all the top local artists at that concert. We also had, out of Jamaica, Mr. Vegas. We had TOK, we had Sizzler, to name a few. So this morning, I am here to say, Dominica, we are here with you, and any support that you need, please reach out to us. we can help in whatever way we can. Dominica is becoming like home to me. I am an entertainer, and I was here several times, sang on the road with Triple K, WCK. I have good friends in the music industry, Nai, Benji, and to note that two of the biggest songs in 2014 and 2015, they were recorded right here in Dominica by a producer named Krishna Lawrence, better known as Dada. And I am going to also use the opportunity while here to do some recording with Dada. I met with him last night. So it goes to show that we are reaching across the region. We are united in music, and we all as a people should always be there for each other, spread the culture across the region. I am happy to be here, and in a short while, I will be handing over our gift to Dominica, which is 100,000 EC dollars. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. McIntosh, and for reiterating the partnership and good relationship that we share. I now invite Honourable Francine Baron, Minister for Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs, to deliver some remarks on behalf of the government and people of Dominica.
Thank you, FS. Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, Financial Secretary. Ms. Karine Prevost, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Rondy Luta McIntosh, Cultural Ambassador of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, representing the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, members of the media, good morning. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this morning and to say a warm welcome to Mr. McIntosh. In fact, I'd like to say to him as an OECS national, welcome home.
Thank you.
We are pleased indeed to have you here with us. On August 27th last year, Tropical Storm Erika wreaked havoc on Dominica, wrecking lives and livelihoods and changing the landscape of Dominica forever. After a few hours of continuous heavy rainfall, 90% of our GDP was wiped out. Recovering and rebuilding in such circumstances is a tremendous task for small nation states like ours in the Caribbean. The response of our regional and international friends and partners was immediate, and the government and people of our sister island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines were right there with us. We did not have to call on them. They called. They said, "You were with us when disaster struck us, and we are with you now. We will help you, Dominica." This is a testament of true friendship and solidarity, and proof of our OECS unity. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines reached out to us and donated $100,000 to our relief efforts. They offered technical support and advice, and I am informed sent nurses and engineers to assist us in the immediate aftermath of the storm. Many parts of Dominica were cut off from vehicular access, where roads and bridges were washed away. It was critical for us to be able to restore road access if we were to be able to effectively respond and to go into communities to tend to the sick and injured and to bring food and water to those in need. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines had in stock baby bridges for their own use. They too had suffered devastation from the floods in the December 2013 troughs, and those bridges were there to allow them to respond quickly to such floods on their islands in the future. We all know that we in the Caribbean are vulnerable to extreme weather events. But they knew that their sister island was in trouble, and they did not hesitate to send us what they had. Because of the generosity of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we were able to place bridges in the damaged areas along the west coast, placing bridges at Point Round, Battley, and Macushri. This allowed us to restore vehicular access to all of the West Coast in record time. We were also, from this allotment, able to construct the bridge at Buetica. We will always be eternally grateful to the government and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for their assistance. The people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines did not stop there, however. On the initiative of the then Minister of Foreign Affairs, Camillo Gonsalves, Invest SVG joined forces with the youth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to host a benefit concert to raise funds for the people of Dominica who were affected by the storm. I am informed also they had an initiative where they had paper planes which were sold for $1 each, and different messages were written on those paper planes, and I think they were hung in one of the banks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And from that, all funds were also raised. I believe that Mr. McIntosh will very shortly make a donation to us of those paper planes which contains messages of support and solidarity from the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In relation to the benefit concert, in the spirit of true Caribbean unity and OECS brotherhood, they got together a pool of talent to put together a magnificent fundraising concert. And as Mr. McIntosh has just indicated, that was one of the biggest concerts that they had put together in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm advised that the artists who performed gave of their time and talent at no cost at all, and that all of the funds that they raised, they pledged to donate to Dominica's relief effort. I'm also told that many others gave support to ensure that the concert was a success. The organizers, the hotels who hosted the artists free of charge, the venue owners, production crews, and of course the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines who patronized the event in large numbers. Through their generosity and tremendous efforts, the sizable sum of $100,000 was raised. Today, their cultural ambassador is with us to donate those funds to the people of Dominica. Mr. McIntosh, on behalf of the government and people of Dominica, we express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for their kind assistance and support to Dominica in her time of need. We also recognize and appreciate the tremendous effort that was made to successfully pull off this concert. We thank you for reaching out to us and walking with us on our road to recovery. And we ask that you take back to your government and people our heartfelt thanks and gratitude and good wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister, for expressing the gratitude of the government and people of Dominica to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At this time, we will have the handing over of the resources. Mr. McIntosh will hand over to Honourable Baron, who will receive on behalf of the government and people of Dominica.
Good morning again, and I am going to hand over a video with the clippings from the show, or the full show is on this, also along with pictures and the ads that we ran in St. Vincent. And as you mentioned, the paper planes and the check of $100,000.
Sorry. Can you come to the right, please?
Go to the front.
Thank you.
this brings to an end our ceremony, a ceremony that is marking not a lot more than the funds that have been handed over, but a ceremony that signifies the good relationship and partnership and friendship and cooperation among our peoples. And so I thank Honourable Minister Baron, Mr. Rondy McIntosh, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ms. Prevost, the staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and members of the media for being here. And we thank